So the actual boost pressure is 104 kilopascal and boost pressure commanded 156, and the engine speed is 2291 RPM, and the boost pressure voltage is 1.24. So this is the live data record we have taken from the vehicle while we were driving the car on the motorway. So let me check another thing if I can get the vehicle's speed. I mean, got here the vehicle speed. So let me do something. So here 170. So here, as you can see, the boost pressure command is 170 kilopascal, but the actual boost pressure is 108 kilopascal. This is approximately 1.08 bar, and the requirement or the commanded boost pressure is 1.7. Let me, if you can see, this is the actual boost pressure, this, and this is the commanded or the requirement boost pressure. So that's the difference. And also you saw the DTCs that were stored in the memory. So the engine management light is still on. Now we are going to check the turbo actuator. So you could see the boost pressure was just over 103 kilopascal. It was 104 kilopascal, and the boost pressure, the pressure sensor voltage was just above. It was just 1.16, I think. So now I'm going to bypass the turbo actuator, wastegate actuator valve, and I'm going to connect the vacuum pump directly to the turbo wastegate actuator, and see if there is any changes available. Okay guys, I'm going to check first vacuum at its source where the vacuum is created, and then if there is vacuum being created at source, and then I'm going to investigate the vacuum line connected to the turbo actuator plus with the solenoid which release and blocking the vacuum to the turbo unit. Okay, this is the pipe I disconnected from the vacuum line, from the vacuum connector. As you can see, I'm not sure whether you will be able to see, there is enough vacuum, approximately 25 inches of mercury. Okay. It means that the vacuum is creating at source, and the problem is within this pipe connected to the turbo actuator solenoid, and from turbo actuator solenoid here to the pneumatic valve. This is the vacuum port which has come from the vacuum pump directly, and then I have connected this to a vacuum gauge. As you can see, the vacuum gauge is reading approximately 23.5. So this is the vacuum available from the vacuum pump. Now I'm going to connect the vacuum hose which is coming from the vacuum pump to the solenoid, and then check output of the solenoid while it's energized. Okay, this is the vacuum coming from the vacuum pump, this one, and now I have connected. This is the, let me if I can see, if I can show you here, and one second. Okay, now I have connected the vacuum gauge to the solenoid output, and I'm going to show you here that how much vacuum is available at the vacuum pump. As you can see here, we got One second. Oh, it's as you can see, we only got half of the vacuum which was available at the input of solenoid from the vacuum pump. Now only there is approximately 12 inch of mercury vacuum available to the turbo wastegate actuator wall. It means that the solenoid is faulty. We are going to change that. This is the vacuum which is connected to the turbo wastegate actuating valve solenoid. Let me if I can show you where I'm connected. See, this is to the vacuum gauge here, and let me if I see because the exhaust is too hot. And if I show you, that's the vacuum gauge hose. I connected this one to the vacuum gauge. This is the vacuum available here. Thank you. This is the turbo wastegate actuating solenoid. When this is energized, this vacuum hose, this one, that comes from the vacuum pump, and when this solenoid is energized, then it allows or release the vacuum to the turbo wastegate, which is this pipe. So when I checked, full vacuum pump vacuum was available here, but when I checked here the turbo wastegate valve, only half of the vacuum was available. Then I'm going to bypass this and see what vacuum we will have. And so with the vacuum pipe connected to its own place, the turbo boost was only approximately 0.04. There was no any boost charge. But now I'm going to connect this vacuum pipe straight to this, was bypass the solenoid valve, which is responsible for the turbo wastegate actuating, and see what vacuum, what boost pressure is available on the scanner live data. Okay, as you can see, I have connected both vacuum pipe directly, one from the vacuum pipe, another to the turbo wastegate activator valve, and see, this is the solenoid which is empty. And then we are going to check the live data on the scanner and see what boost pressure is available at the intake manifold. And I see. Okay, now I'm going to increase the engine RPM back to 3000, which previously we tested with the turbo wastegate actuator vacuum pipe connected to the solenoid. Now I have connected the vacuum pipe from the vacuum pump directly to the turbo wastegate, and see if we can see the changes on live data. So I'm going to increase the RPM. Watch. Watch the voltages changing. Boost pressure has nearly reached with 2680 RPM to 176 kilopascal, and I'm going to raise up the engine RPM to 3000 RPM and see how much pressure can we have from the turbo. So 293. So 3000, we have got 196 kilopascal of turbo boost pressure, and we have got here the boost pressure sensor voltage 2.45, and the pressure is commanded at 108 kilopascal, but actual pressure we have got here 198. So that proves the solenoid which allows or release the vacuum to the turbo west gate actuator valve is faulty. We are going to change that and see, and we will test it again. So 198 kilopascal with 3000 and approximately 50 RPM.